Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, April 16th, 2013. A lot to cover. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they're popping up today. They're higher by about 13.5 points at the moment to 15.57 per contract. Yesterday, the futures sold off pretty sharply throughout the day, and then towards the latter part of the day, we came across that Boston tragedy. Looks like there was some type of bomb explosion that went off. We really don't know all of the details yet, but there were several people killed in the incident and many people hurt. Just want to say that our prayers go out to all the victims of that terrible tragedy. And once again, this is something that we have to deal with in life now, and it's very sad and disappointing and discouraging. But as for trading purposes, we'll look at this market as best we can today, and really what you want to do is just look for this little uptick of a bounce. I don't know how long it's going to bounce or how high it goes. There doesn't seem to be any person in custody or anything related to this bombing, but the market, in all fairness, was down well before that incident even happened. You could see if I just scroll back to hands of time, the market was selling off. That incident happened just about 3 o'clock, I guess. And that's where you got a little bit more downside. But the markets were down sharply. So there's something bigger happening in the markets right now, in my opinion. We're just into a point where earnings have not been as great. And all this money printing and artificial inflation that's taking place is simply not working as well as many had hoped. Although the markets are at highs, and that's something that we do have to view and understand. But either way you slice it or dice it, and I think that you have to just look at this market right now and just take it one step at a time, watch the chart patterns that present themselves, and that's the best thing you can do with it. A couple of other things here in the news, just to get back into the markets. Well, before I even start off, I just want to say that the mid to latter part of April seems to be a very disturbing time of year. I know you had the Waco, Texas deal back in the 90s. You also had the Columbine shooting. You also had this massacre. I believe last night when I was looking up the dates, I saw that there were several more incidents. I just can't remember off the top of my head exactly what they were. But this is a very disturbing time of year. Anywhere from, I guess it's around middle of April to the latter part of April. Almost every year we see some kind of a terrible tragedy occur. So again, something we have to watch for. You don't really expect that or correlate it with the spring season, but I guess we do have to watch for that. Now, let's take a look at a few other things out here. You got a lot of earnings out here today, and then you're going to have some economic news. Let's just go over that economic news first. I think you're going to have consumer prices and housing starts out at 8:30. I think there may be some news at 10, but I don't have it on my list here. But watch for that anyway. Just 10 o'clock is also a natural pivot for intraday trading. Goldman Sachs came out with earnings this morning. Looks like they beat, but it was due to their investing, obviously. So again, if they didn't have that investing arm, they wouldn't be making money. But Goldman really is kind of flat from yesterday. It's up a little bit. The stock closed at 146.46. Today it's trading up to 147.23. So it's up a little bit. BlackRock is another big one. It's the other Goldman that nobody talks about. They reported earnings. I don't know their exact numbers, but it doesn't matter. The reaction is what we care about. Stock is up, and it has come off the highs a little bit, but it's still up decently this morning. I think they're having a press conference beginning at 8:30, so we'll see how that plays out going forward. Johnson & Johnson is another stock that reported earnings. Looks like it's an okay reaction. The stock closed at $81.71. It's trading at $82.65. Johnson & Johnson is still an uptrending stock, still a strong equity, so we should respect it there. It is a little bit overbought and a little bit extended, so I think the upside here can be very limited. I don't expect a lot of upside in J&J at the moment. You do have some downgrades. I believe Target was downgraded today by UBS. Who's UBS to downgrade Target, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Stock's down a little bit. If Target gets down to around $65, that's going to be a good level. I don't think that will happen, but if it does, I think traders can look to nibble on target there, around 65, maybe 64.90, somewhere in that vicinity. I think Walmart was upgraded. So Walmart was upgraded. Target was downgraded. I believe that is the scenario today there. So we'll have to see how that shakes out going forward. Again, we have some economic news out right now. We'll just go back to the futures. You'll see the futures are getting a little bit more of a bid. So pretty decent pop today for the futures, up 14.75 points. That's a sizable move. Dow futures are up now 140 points. That's a pretty decent move. March housing starts came out. They were released up 7%. Whoa, March CPI down 0.2%, but nonetheless, markets are catching a pretty sizable bid today. But we'll see how it shakes out and plays out going forward. You can't make too much out of this stuff, at least in the morning. Got to see how the market reacts to all of this news coming out of Boston. But so far, markets seem to be holding steady pretty well, despite that terrible tragedy that took place yesterday. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is getting a very, very good pop today. Looks like gold is trading higher by 40 points to back to 14.01. Yesterday and the day before that, Friday and yesterday, gold was just absolutely slaughtered. Today you're getting a decent little uptick. Gold GLD closed at 131, spot 31. Today it's trading at 134, spot 69. So again, GLD is catching a little bit of a bid today, and spot gold is up $40. So decent little bounce. Gold is very, very oversold, so it's not a shocker to see the bounce there in the equity. But everything seems to be inflating today. The one thing that is not inflating is light sweet crude, at least not yet. It's only it's flat actually at the moment to $88.65. Let's take a look at the USO. USO is trading at 31.70. So decent little pop from where it finished yesterday, but nonetheless, USO is up a little bit, and that does trade in the till 4 o'clock, where spot crude will close at 2:30 in the afternoon. So again, we're in store for pretty wild trading market, I think, today, considering all the different events that have unfolded over the course of 2 days, and we'll just see how this market plays out. So I think traders want to keep it close to the vest, watch the best chart pattern setups, and again, overall, the markets are still in a vulnerable position at this stage of the game, and I think traders need to recognize that and see that. But pretty big pop so far. Futures are now up $15 after that. Excuse me. After that economic news. So we'll see how this all plays out a little bit later. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day. We do have about 4 or 5 gap plays for the morning in the chat room. So if you want to come over and get those gap plays, we'll post those around 9 o'clock. I will see you all then. Have a great trading day, everybody.